Have you also a specific country you really like to see?
I'd like to go back to Japan actually. We went about 2 years ago now, and we were there for 3 days and had to play 3 shows or something, and did a load of press. So we didn't really get to see as much of it as we'd like. It'd be nice to go to that area, maybe China as well.
Yeah. Because you also always heard that the Japanese crowd is way more intense. Is it really that much different if you compare it to Europe?
I don't think they were more intense.
More intense. There were small things like the crew at the venues were really professional and good, more so than anywhere else that we've ever played at.
I thought the crowd was the Japanese are always very polite. And I think the crowd was exactly like that stereotype. They were just sort of sitting there. They didn't want to sort of cause any trouble.
Okay, so maybe not your favorite crowd.
But no, I mean it was nice. We're meeting them all afterwards. They're also enthusiastic. They're really happy that you've come all the way to Japan.
What kind of crowd makes you most excited?
Energetic crowds that aren't violent. Sometimes when crowds get energetic, people push each other and mosh, and it kind of ruins the fun for some people when they're getting hit. So crowds that are just jumping up and down, really, and having a good time without violence.
The rest of 2011, is that also already planned?
Yeah, it's very busy.
What can you tell us about it?
I don't think we're going to be home very much. We're doing US tour, and then UK tour, and then Europe tour. So we'll be here in November. We're doing Paradiso and Tivoli in Utrecht. And then hopefully, the rest of the world in the new year.
And become the biggest band of the world.
No, just we just want to go back to Japan maybe.
Okay.
Yeah, see some new places.
Something completely different. You're from London. As young people, were you in London when the riots happened there, or were you someplace else?
Yeah, we were there.
Yeah. Is the situation for young people, or for certain young people in London or in England in general, so hopeless that they have to start riots, or are there other things happening as well, in your opinion, that triggered it?
Well, in the place in London where it started, it's called Tottenham. A few weeks ago, they announced lots of spending cuts for the council, and I think about 10 youth centres closed. And I was watching lots of interviews with people, and they just said we have nowhere to go now. The youth clubs was where we spent our evenings. It kept us off the streets, kept us off making trouble, and now we have nowhere to sort of spend our time. We're just going to go back to the streets. And it was interesting because it was just 1 week before the riots, and people were saying, look, people are going to riot about this. People aren't happy anymore about all these cuts. And then a week later, it was true. They were having riots. So I think it was inevitable.
What do you experience yourself from all those cuts? Is that something that also affects you, or is?
Well, I think we're very lucky because it doesn't have much to do with because we didn't go to university, because they've made it much more expensive to go to university in the UK, but we've never been, and we're doing this, so we're very, very privileged.
Is there maybe an opportunity for you to keep the people from the street as a band, do you think? Or?
Well, if they're into our music, maybe. I don't know. I think music is definitely a good way to do that. But that's exactly what the youth clubs were doing, but now they've closed.
Yeah.
They would offer music lessons and something that to focus your attention away from sort of gangs and all these other bad influences. It's definitely one of the best ways, I think. But they don't have enough money to keep them going. So.
That's a sad thing. Well, thank you very much for your time, and
Thank you.
See you at Lowlands.
Okay, cool.